Hatfield Township, Pennsylvania, the Battle of the All-Stars Entertainment. This has been a phenomenal tournament so far. My name is Pastor Mike, the father of the flat track. Who the hell are you?
Hi, this is Nikki Cash.
I love that. Such a voice. I don't even want to look at you. I just want to look over here and just hear you whispering in my ear.
Oh, this is Nikki Cash.
Oh my.
Hi.
Oh my. I'm that kind of pastor. It's a thing. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and run down the lineups for you. Nikki Cash, you want to run us down on the Maryland side?
Yeah, for Maryland, we've got number 0, Jackie Treehorn from Charm City. 12, Off the Wall, Iron Mountain Roller Girls. Number 4, General Chaos, Free State. Number 9, Love Pushin', Iron Mountain. 22, Lucretia McEvil, Mason Dixon. 24, Bourbon Bruiser from Free State. 67, Slamshine Alley, Brandywine. 308, Gigi Hardy, Charm City. 415, Holly Go Hardly, Charm City. 514, Dottie Deathwish, Charm City. 616, Dread Alert from Free State. 716, Fashionista, Free State. 1217, Cherrylicious from Charm City. 1618, I Am Pain from Charm City. And 1958, The Mighty Isis from Mason Dixon.
There you go. On the North Carolina side of things, in the blue jerseys, we're going to have number 5, Coco Janelle from Appalachian. Number 6, Ava Gore from Carolina Roller Girls. Number 7, Aurora Thunder from Carolina. Number 10, D'Antichrist from Carolina. Number 11, Bob and Weave from Rogue. 22 LaRue is number 22 from Appalachian. Number 30 is Missile Crisis from Cape Fear. Grim Carey wears number 33. She's from Carolina. Number 57, Rosie Reckabilly from Cape Fear. Number 121, Electrocution. You'll hear us referring to her as Q all game long. She's from Carolina. Number 313 is JoJo Gadget of Carolina. 315 is Coma Inducer from Blue Ridge. Mayhem West is probably out of this one. We'll double check that here in a little bit, but she's been nursing a knee injury, but she is number 412 out of Cape Fear. 711 is PYT from Appalachian, and number 1040, 3D from Rogue. These two teams are going to be playing for the opportunity to go play Virginia for the fourth place game. The loser will automatically take 5th place in this tournament, which would be a huge opportunity for North Carolina as they came into this as the 8th seed versus the number 3 Maryland. We are off and running early. I Am Pain is going to take off first. She's the Maryland Jammer with lead jammer status. Bob and Weave faces a nasty 3-wall up front, and she is just absolutely in the pocket. Nowhere to go but down, up and down. I Am Pain, around and around and around she goes. Where she stops, nobody knows. That's a 5-point pass for her, the first 5 points of this game. Bob and Weave now out on her initial pass. She's going to have to give chase and tighten up that chin strap.
So what are we looking for Maryland to give a little bit of better offense, I guess, opposed to North Carolina's strong defensive walls we've seen this weekend?
Yeah, this is going to be a defensive battle. I mean, at the end of the day, yes, the Maryland Jammers are going to be a stronger jammer lineup than the North Carolina. The defenses are what I'm really going to be paying attention to today, because both of these defenses are absolutely filthy. It's going to be fun to watch. They're going to be nasty, big hits, and they are just going to absolutely swallow each other up. Now, who wins the war of attrition in the trenches? That's who's going to win this game today.
All right, we've got Dottie Deathwish, 514 for Maryland up. And
oh, nice job there, D'Antichrist taking Dottie out. She is going to draw. No, she's not. Yes, she is. She's going to draw the track cut. We're on our first power jam opportunity right here, and it is 10:43D. Looking for a spot. She found it. Outside, inside move, and she's gone. Daddy gone. Lead jammer opportunity, and now running the power jam. We'll see how she can do right now. This is the kind of stuff that North Carolina is going to have to do and do very well in order to have a shot in this game with Maryland. And there she goes.
And
outside line.
Maryland sets up a good defense wall right away, switching quick.
Dottie Deathwish back in. She's going to find herself right in behind a nice big wall there. Quarterback by Tutu LaRue, who then gave her the inside line.
Yep.
And that jam's going to get called right there. Big collision. Straightaway number 2. 3D gets a little help up from Missile. But I'll tell you what, put the points on the board, and a tie game as North Carolina has just tied it up at 7 apiece. There's going to be a late call penalty going. That's going to go against number 16. No, it's not. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. 7-1-6. There we go. Bashanista from Free State Roller Derby will take a seat in the penalty box. So away we go. Woo!
I think this game's going to go back and forth a lot. I have a feeling.
Well, I'll tell you what, that would benefit North Carolina if that's the case. Maryland, in order to win this game, is going to have to come out strong, fast, and put points on the board and put this thing away early. If they cannot, if North Carolina can hang in there, that's how they're going to have a chance at stealing this game away. PYT battling, fighting, trying to stay in play. She can't do it. Forced out of bounds and pulled all the way back to the start line and then some. And meanwhile, that's not good. Oh, no. Here comes another one. It's another power jam opportunity.
They've got to be careful on those lines. I think that's what it's going to. Oh, I think they both do.
Yeah, Dred's going to take a seat, and now, oh, we're going to have a flip.
The box too.
Yeah, PYT on the track cut, so we're going to flop those. And another penalty coming now. That's going to be another Maryland penalty. That's coming on Cherrylicious. So both teams now back with their jammers on the track. Dred forced out of play and drawn back by JoJo Gadget. That gives PYT an opportunity. We're going full 2 minutes. Both jammers have served some penalty time. PYT one to beat. Top of the line, and she can't do it.
That was courtesy of the Mighty Isis.
And on the second opportunity.
Oh, and we got a cut for North Carolina jammer there.
Yeah. Mighty Isis on the push out of bounds that forced PYT to cut the track, and she cut the track past the point of no return, so she's going to have to cycle all the way around. This is going to be an extended penalty opportunity on the track cut. And guess what? Here we go again. By the time PYT sat down, another penalty was called.
And it appears we have Dred Alert heading on.
Dred is coming back for another penalty.
So one thing that I know is going in and out of the box, you get in this weird head space for a little bit. So you've got to really focus on not getting in that head space and just brushing it off and moving on to the next 2 minutes.
Yeah, no doubt about it. So that was, I think it's fair to say that was an ugly jam.
Yeah, I think so. I'd say
Ugly
so.
and penalty filled and penalty shortened overall. I mean, it went the full distance, but not a ton of scoring. 3 points for North Carolina to take a 10-7 lead, and now an opportunity on the power start. It'll be a very brief power start as Dred is already standing in the box, so less than 10 seconds to go. They're going to throw Missile Crisis down the chute, and away she goes out of the tube, and she's going to go ballistic right now. Missile on her way. She's already back around to the engagement zone. Finds a great big red triangle there.
So I
3
see
now 2.
Holly Go Hardly's got the pivot panty. I think that she's going to want Dred Alert to pass that star just so we get her out from. Yep, there it is.
Yeah, Missile with a nice job there to spin around. Comanduce to the last line of defense, but here comes Tutu LaRue. Another push, and she's going to push. And is it going to be? Yes, sir. That's going to be a. No, it's not. No pass. No point. Holly Go Hardly, I thought was going to get a track cut call, but no, she came in just fine. However, 4 points on the board for North Carolina, nothing doing on the other side. So that's going to be a 9-point jam, extending North Carolina's lead now 19-7. Not the way I think Maryland expected this thing to start off, and quite frankly, if you're listening at home in North Carolina, probably not the way you expected this to start either.
When those jammers rotate in and out of the box, that's when all those points start racking up. Got I Am Payne, 16, 18 back on the line for Maryland. And we also have.
That's Bob and Weave for North Carolina on a 4-on-3 pack advantage for North Carolina. We're going to have a forearm penalty. Yeah, that was an easy call. She kind of had her hooked right there, so it's going to be a Maryland penalty, which leads Bob and Weave to the free run right through the line. She will be your lead jammer.
Payne down on turn 2.
Oh, man.
That was a weaving joke, folks. I just wanted to point that out.
Yes.
Yeah. I Am Payne in some pain right now.
So last season, Payne had a bit of an injury, kind of towards the beginning of the season. hopefully that's not irritating her now to start the new 2016 season.
Yeah, it looks like that's a left leg, the way she's holding it, the way she's pushing off on it. I suspect that's a left. What was the injury before? Do you recall?
It was her ankle. She's
Yeah.
always had
Left side?
ankle issues. I believe so.
Yeah, that's what it looks like she's favoring there anyway. So the trainer's coming over to, or the EMTs, I should say, coming over to help her out. So hopefully she'll be okay to come back in. But with the 23 minutes left on the clock, we're ready to go again.
Well, we have 1-0. That would be 3D.
I think we'll get going in here in a second anyway. Oh, there we go. Cool Hand Duke is out in the
I have number 4. That's General
mixing with the Zebras, trying to check things out. 3D ready to jam for North Carolina.
General Chaos on for Maryland.
Yeah, this ought to be a good one.
Yeah.
Both teams kind of spreading the pack out a little bit. Carolina all the way back at the start line. Maryland at the old pivot stripe. Aurora Thunder bridging the gap. 3, 2, and 1. Blow the whistle. Let's go.
Here we go. Whistle starts playing 3D off the line quickly.
Got a little North Carolina offense up at the front. Hopefully it doesn't distract them too much.
Now she's struggling on the outside.
Yeah, 3D looked like she had found a hole, found a seam, but nothing doing there. Nice job by the Antichrist to shove out of play General Chaos and leave enough opportunity for 3D to do what 3D likes to do. She's out first, she's out front, she's got lead jammer status, and she was working with that 4-on-3 pack advantage until...
Cherry Licious came back in.
There you go. Yeah, jump in anytime. I tend to over-talk a little bit, so just jump in whenever you
Oh,
can.
no, you're great. You're
Good luck getting a word in edgewise when Pass the Mic is on the mic, because I don't pass the mic.
She gets 5 points.
We got a track cut penalty coming now. That's going to be a jammer penalty. Holy cow. General's going to take a seat. And another opportunity, and you see Cool Hand Duke with the power jam signal, letting 3D know she's got it. 3D's going to call that jam off. She was having no luck whatsoever with that big red wall in the front, but she'll shut it down and give an opportunity right now to reset with that power jam. And JoJo Gadget talking to General Relativity over there about a possible, hey, watch for those multiplayer blocks there, will you? I didn't see it. I don't know what she's talking about, but that's what she's saying. PYT will start at the stripe for the North Carolina All-Stars, a 4-on-4 pack.
The Mighty Ices,
And they should have just about the entirety of the power jam. I mean, a few seconds ticked off, but not too many. 4 wall turns into 3 and then 2 very quickly. Nice job recycling.
Slam Shine Alley jumping over the apex to help blockers up at the front.
Takes a big shoulder.
And PYT loses the helmet cover. She's got to put that back on. And she's at a standstill waiting for it. Now JoJo Gadget comes in along with Electrocution, trying to lay the block and trying to make sure that PYT has a way to get through. She does. She gets through there. General Chaos back in. Q will take a penalty. She's going to make that big swipe outside. And that one's going to get called off, but not before a 4-point pass. Nice job by North Carolina to start that power jam.
We're starting a pack advantage for Maryland, 4-on-2. Oh, maybe 3. Yeah, 2.
And how about this stifling defense of North Carolina continuing?
Yeah.
Who in their right mind would have thought that number 8 Carolina versus number 3 Maryland would be holding Maryland to 7 points 10 minutes into this game? 10 minutes in, and it's a 31-7 North Carolina lead.
I know some people aren't happy about it on Maryland. I can tell on their faces.
Well, listen, this is very early going, and this is a team that can score boatloads of points very, very quickly. So Dottie Deathwish is their best opportunity for that, and there she goes, one-on-one against Grim Carey, and she wins that battle very, very quickly. Missile Crisis now jamming for North Carolina, and she's forced out of play. That force out coming from number 415, Holly Go Hardly. Direction of gameplay now on Grim.
Got a lot of face holding today. I'm seeing a lot of people grabbing faces, so let's hope that doesn't get too serious. High blocks.
Q comes back in to replace Grim Carey as Grim goes to the bench and Q gets to the penalty box and Q gets released. Dottie out and through. That's a 5-point pass.
see if she gets
Another
a little
penalty
lay on
coming.
that.
This one's going to be a North Carolina penalty, and it's going to go against number 315, Coma Inducer. She'll take a seat. Oh, nice job there to stay up, and a great job to stay in play for Missile Crisis as she got attacked by Jackie Treehorn trying to escape from the back of that pack.
That's really good core leg work right there. Being able to stay on the line when someone's pushing right up on you.
Fantastic job there by Maryland. A 15-point jam to really tighten things up here. 22-31 now, just a 9-point lead for North Carolina. 18 and a half to go by the time we get back to action. Biggest jam clearly of the game for Maine, and we're going to have a timeout called.
That's a lot of yelling. Wonder what was going on.
Some confusion on the North Carolina bench. Not sure exactly what happened. Might be that they didn't have
they
a
didn't
jammer.
field a jammer. That could be a problem.
Yeah.
That might be a problem.
Yeah, bench coach kind of lost track of things there for a second, but they've got it all squared away now. That won't happen again, I assure you. 3D is going to climb in after having to burn that time out.
Got 308 Gigi Hardy on for Maryland, and we have the 3D for North Carolina.
4-on-3 advantage for Maryland now. Coma Inducer still there in the penalty box serving. Time has not stood, so she's got some time still. And the timeout clock is ticking away as the referees in the middle having a little confab.
Of course, the loser of this game will settle for
Wow.
place, if I'm not
How
mistaken.
about this? I mean, just amazing action early on.
Represents a big jump for Virginia one way or the other.
Indeed.
Is that right?
Well, Virginia is who they'll play in the next round. The winner of this game goes on to play Virginia at 4 p.m. That's for third place.
So with the
right now,
timeout
this is crucial
expiring, we are
for
back to
Maryland
Derby,
and
ready to go
North
once
Carolina.
again.
Yeah, Maryland, if they win
Off to the
this,
races
win
as the
next
whistles
one,
blow.
remaining
Here
third.
we go.
Some of the
Inside,
other North
outside, each
Carolina
jammer taking a
jumpers
different
from 8
line.
up to 5,
Down
have a shot at
goes.
3 or 4.
And a big sweep.
Boy, it's tough to see back there, but there we go. Great job there by 3D to escape the pack and get out. Holly having a tough time there. There's going to be a low block penalty coming against Aurora Thunder. She'll take a seat. 3D out and about. We'll see what she can do with it. Put some points on the board and try and open up a little bit of a bigger lead, trying to stretch this thing out.
I think Maryland's got to really put those brakes on. Those jammers, PYT, or 3D, I'm sorry, she is, and PYT, both super strong legs, very strong jammers. The Maryland's got to put the brakes on if they want to hold these strong defensive walls.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Points again. Called the jam there. A shutout on that last pass. So that's going to be, I believe, an 8-point pass. Yes, it is. That's an 8-point North Carolina jam. 8-0, in fact, for the shutout. 39-22 with 17 minutes and some change to go by the time the next whistle blows, Nikki.
I Am Pain is back.
Bob and weave,
On her head.
jumping on in. I Am Pain will come back in. Great to see her back on the track. So clearly that left leg whatever is no longer an issue for her, we'll hope. Small pack, 3-on-2, advantage North Carolina. We'll see what Bob and Weave can do. Look at her, Bob, look at her weave. Inside line and gone, Daddy, gone. Now, I Am Pain escapes as well, but just by.
Right now, 'cause Bob and Weave just pulled up lead jammer.
Oh, no, my next
Bob and Weave takes the outside line and tolls it off.
Does she
Nicely
get all
done.
4?
There you go.
No, they're going to give
Three.
it 3 there, so it's a 7-point.
3 points. Been doing a great job.
I take that back. That was her first, but you know what? I don't know what in the world I'm doing. I'm trying to add extra passes. My apologies to the Marylanders listening in, thinking I'm giving away free points. I'll take them back right there. A 3-point pass. So that's a 42-22, 20-point lead now for North Carolina, 16.5.
Got PYT back on the line for North Carolina, and Dottie Deathwish back on for Maryland.
Oh, this is a good one. Like this matchup a lot. Now, the question is, can that blue line hold up long enough to give PYT an opportunity? Dottie is oh, no, it's not going to happen. PYT is going to sit down, taking a penalty there and a power jam. Yeah, waiting for the signal from the referees. Didn't see it when it occurred. Hoping to see it a later call, but we're not going to get it at all.
just shutting down anytime.
Jam ref's not going to give us any love on that one, so Dottie's going to be all by herself back there, and she's going to get help on this one because JoJo Gadget commits a penalty. She's going to take a seat. So now, not only the power jam, but a 4-on-3 break for Maryland. A great opportunity for them here.
Yeah, they just chewed up a good 15 seconds of that power.
But check out the job that this North Carolina wall is doing at the front of the pack. Are you kidding me? That's Dottie Deathwish up there.
Oh, yeah.
Now she's through, and she's going to get those 5 points, but how many seconds did it take for her to get through that wall? It was enough to kill that power jam, and out comes PYT. She's got, oh, look at that jump.
It's probably going to call it. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, no choice there. She came up, came down, and was not able to land it clean.
Oh,
She'll put 4 on the board.
She landed clean.
Yes, she did.
Land 1 foot, you fall down. It's all right.
Sure did. 4 points, she's going to take them in. That's a great job there by Maryland, and a fantastic job again by that North Carolina defense doing what they can against one of the premier jammers in this game.
It was a good time to call it, too. We've got 2 blue on the line against the 4 red.
9-point jam that time around to shorten the gap. Now 11 points in between these two. Missile able to stay in play. How'd she do that?
And Missile Crisis jumps through to the
Dredd gives chase, but she's got a turn and a half to catch up. And I'll tell you what, Missile Crisis can burn up track. She's going to go through and call it off from her knees. Nobody sees her calling it.
Ooh, that was a rumble and tumble all around,
yeah, there
around the track, that jam.
Yeah, Missile's a little bit frustrated. There was a referee right there in front of her and did not see her. Now, again, in fairness, it was not the jam ref, and she was not looking in that direction, but she was right next door and could not see the call off. So that one came a little bit late, and that's going to give 2 points to Maryland on that pass. 33-44, 11 points still separate these two teams. 11 points and 13 and a half minutes to go in the first half. One-on-one at the top of the line. Nice job by Ian Payne.
Swooping attempt at a hit.
Boy, she just abused Coma on that one.
Coma inducer.
Took the
There you
outside
go.
look and then jumped in.
McEvil pushing her onto the inside in turn 2.
with Carolina lining up in the back there.
I think Maryland's finally getting their walls back together. Good track coverage laterally and just putting on those brakes.
Yeah, no doubt about
Star
that.
stash of the North Carolina jammer.
Wow, how did she get by 3 red jerseys very, very quickly there? Just a little inside dash. She's going to go ahead and slap that helmet cover right back on. So everything is everything, but that jam's going to get called off right there. 5-0 Maryland run, cutting into the lead yet again,
Here we go.
38-44.
That bridge is getting closer.
6 points.
Game here, folks, as Maryland gets within striking distance
Bob and
of
Weave
both
to the
teams.
line for the North
Bob and
Carolina
Weave gonna take the
All-Stars.
line for North Carolina right now.
Trying to take a look, can't see the Maryland
That is
jammer.
Fashionista with the star for the
Oh,
first time.
Ah, it's
Fashionista.
Fashionista.
Free State.
Right, Maryland fielding some new
Here we
blood
go.
right
Bob and
now.
Weave had a good
Bob
run
and
the
Weave
last
has
time
been
out.
all weekend
She's going to get helped
for
by a
North
multiplayer block
Carolina.
penalty, and she's free and clear. Multiplayer block penalty, and it's not the only penalty. There's going to be a second penalty call. Didn't catch the other one. 2 red jerseys go down, so we're going to have a 4-on-2 opportunity, and Bob and Weave is going to do it herself. Are you
I
kidding
think
me?
that could have been a
Oh,
forearm.
yeah, she
Yeah.
got the forearm indeed.
Woo,
Woo, man.
All right, get up in there and play some offense.
There you go. Good opportunity
Don't
now.
let them back.
For a loop. Bob and Weave
Yeah,
got
Bob and Weave had to take the entire track to come back to the penalty box.
And I think Holly Go hardly wants her to pass that star.
Yeah, it looks like she will right here.
I know those eyes. I
Yeah.
know those eyes all too well. I want the star from your head.
Gimme, gimme,
Give it to
gimme.
me.
Gimme,
I'm like,
gimme, gimme.
Yes, ma'am, Holly. Got it.
That's right. She may not like that decision, though, after getting locked up back there by JoJo Gadget. Aurora Thunder coming in to help Coco Janelle.
That is 415 Holly Go Hardly. It appears that
Oh, nice hit there. Another nice job. Not one, but 2. Grim Carey doing work at the top on Holly.
And North Carolina's jammer, Bob and Weave, back in.
Yeah, she's going to find her own trouble.
Slamming right through that red wall.
Uh-oh. Track cut penalty.
that is a track.
That's going to be another power jam opportunity now, as Holly's going to have to take a seat. Bob and Weave has 2 at the top. She splits the uprights and through.
That is
5-point pass.
So Maryland, you've got to put your walls together now. Get ready, because she's coming back around again.
Bobbin Weave finds her way back to the back of the pack, back of the engagement zone.
There we
Forced
go.
down and out of play by number 0, Jackie Treehorn. Nice hit there. Blasted. Are you kidding me? Jackie was coming
JoJo
back to
Gadget
pull, and
said
Gadget,
no.
woo!
She said
Denied.
no.
That was a blind side if I ever saw one. She had no idea.
We pulled back about half a lap.
And she's going to draw it. Did she get it?
and
Yeah,
Alex
she
Slam
did.
Shine Alley pulling that cut on the North Carolina jammer.
That was a fantastic move. And you know what? That
That's going to leave us at
Bobbin Weave
33
came
to
in
49.
way too close. I mean, with the opportunity there to back up, just a couple extra inches would have made a difference, but gets called on that drawback. So we're going to have a power start opportunity now for Maryland.
I Am Pain loves this.
Oh, you bet she does. It's a 4-on-4 opportunity. You're going to have Tutu LaRue. You're going to have the Antichrist. You're going to have Coma Inducer. And you're going to have Electrocution Q.
And Pain pulls onto the inside. Oh, almost.
To the outside, Tutu
There
is
it
right
is.
there to edge her away, but she escapes her. Gets a little deeper into
The
that
Antichrist
backcourt.
playing quarterback. She's going to be the last line of defense.
Trying to control her, keep her back.
One-on-one with her at
There
the
he
top.
goes.
And good job there to get past. And a penalty coming.
A Coma Inducer's
Coma Inducer's
gonna
gonna take a
box.
seat.
That might have been an elbow. Didn't see the call.
Elbow call there. Another penalty coming. This one is going to go against Maryland.
Mighty Isis.
Thank you.
Crowds against Derby. Oh, great
Oh,
job
looks like
of
we've got
just
another jammer
greasing
penalty
right
from
Yeah,
North
back block
Carolina.
coming on Bobbin Weave.
I have Pain picking up
That's a
5 on that
painful one
pass.
right there.
And Bobbin Weave is
Maryland
getting back to
already on a 10-0 tear on this jam and the power jam. Now let's see, can Tutu LaRue and company hold her in? One to beat. She will. Takes a lick and keeps on moving.
Look at Payne's calm face. She's like, oh, this is no problem. I've got it. I'm okay. Feeling good.
If I am not mistaken, that is a lead change as Maryland takes the lead.
But you heard it over the house call. Maryland takes a lead in this one. It's now 57-49, an 8-point lead for Maryland after 14 points already put up on the board in this jam. Two big jams in a row. Great job by Maryland. And now it's the Antichrist. Tutu slides around. Coma comes in and recycles. Q is the bridge.
Maryland does their best to try to keep this pack.
Both jammers fighting. Bobbin Weave cutting through. She's got all but one beaten now, and she's got her on the inside line.
Bobbin Weave, she's really good at pushing through those cracks and splitting up the blocker's hips. Once you get the hips split apart, you can just squeeze right on through in between.
Yeah, very, very physical jammer, no doubt about that. And she's got those side-to-side quick steps, great footwork. So there you go. After an 18-0 run by Maryland on that jam, 61-49, 7.5 to go.
And PYT lining up against General
Got,
Chaos.
yeah, General Chaos on the line, PYT as well.
dodges the outside.
PYT down on the inside.
General Chaos pushing at the front, and she's out, turn one.
General Chaos.
JoJo looks at Grimm and says, yeah, that was me. PYT having no fun.
Outside by number 3.
Pull Gigi Hardy and Jackie Treehorn pulling her towards the back. Oh. And I think she got a cut. Jackie Treehorn just pulled a cut on North Carolina's jammer.
Yeah, PYT's headed back to the penalty box, so that is a killer right now. And North Carolina's defense is going to have to step it up right here. Nice job by JoJo to force the out of play on Chaos. The General's going to go all the way back. Missile pulls her back almost to the start line. And now she'll be faced there by Missile and Rosie. A 2-wall in the back. They've got help coming in the front.
Split defense.
Nothing doing. They get around her. 5 points, call that jam off and preserve the power as they've iced PYT standing up in the penalty box. An official review coming. Cool Hand Duke wants to talk things over with the officiating crew. 5-point jam for Maryland. It's a 66-49 lead. Maryland opening it up a little bit here.
I'll give you some information on some lovely sponsors
Yeah,
and
let's pay
vendors.
some bills here.
Yes, pay those bills.
Oh, man. I need to catch my
So
breath.
Derby doesn't
Yeah.
have to-
It does not.
So first
Exciting
up,
game.
fantastic food
And
trucks
look at that.
from the lot.
Everybody just staring back. I mean, the North Carolina team staring at the scoreboard.
I went out to
I think Dottie's having a pretty good game. She's feeling good about it. Getting out, making points. She hasn't gone to the box, I think maybe once. I'm not sure, but I know she's in a good headspace.
Yeah, well, listen, and we said before we came online here, you and I were talking a little bit about what we thought we would see, and the very first thing I told you, I want to see this North Carolina defense against Dottie Deathwish. I mean, if North Carolina can somehow find a way to stop Dottie, they got a chance in this game. They have done it so far through this game until the last couple of jams, the last couple of minutes. Other than that, they've done a very, very good job of containing both her and I Am Payne to some extent.
Definitely. They're making I Am Payne work real hard.
Well, and again, stamina is a key feature of this Maryland team. They're going to be able to come back from stuff like that very quickly. We said they could score points in buckets, and they did exactly that over the last 4 or 5 minutes.
Many teams say, oh, we're a second half team. I think Maryland is. I know those ladies, and second half team, we come back, recoup at the halftime.
Well, it almost seems like a second half of each half team. Like they really seem in each half to improve as the time goes on, as opposed to some teams who start to peter out or fade away.
Yep.
Maryland just keeps coming on and getting stronger. They certainly have done that here in the final, 6, 7, 8 minutes of this one.
30% chance of that happening.
You sound like a meteorologist.
Still some discussion going on in the center. They're pleading their cases. Not sure what the issue is for the review. We may or may not get a word from the officials on that, but in the meantime and in between time, everybody kind of packed up a 3-wall that's towards the back in blue. The red blockers have lined up as far front as they can. North Carolina could field one more blocker, and they will. She was out there talking with Cool Hand Duke. So Coma and Cool Hand Duke have figured out what it is they wanted to do. We'll see if anything changes on the board. Right now it's a 66-49 Maryland lead at 6:33 of the first half. Doesn't look like any changes coming.
This weekend exceeded expectations. One way or the other, they're going to win out from their initial seeding. But they do have a chance for the big consolation.
PYT with 5 seconds left on her penalty, so she is standing with a 5-second count to go. So we are going to have a power start, but a fairly abbreviated one. 5 seconds. Can that blue wall hold in enough to allow PYT time to get in there, get through, and steal a little love? Looks like we're almost ready.
Yeah, overall this weekend, North Carolina did a pretty good job. They came in as 8th, and
They
so
did.
they're leaving as what?
Well, they'll leave no lower than 5.
Right. Okay.
So they have absolutely improved their position. There's no question about that.
Which I know is a great feeling.
Yeah, again, the loser of this game will come in 5th place. The winner of this game will move on to play at 4 o'clock versus Virginia for the 3-4 game.
Yep.
So that was cleared up. No changes to score.
So there you go. Whatever they were discussing, they have discussed, and it's all cleared up.
Maryland's holding on the inside, I think, so that they can open up an inside hole. Didn't really go as well as they hoped.
Nice job there by Aurora Thunder. Sorry to cut you off. Great job there by Aurora Thunder. We talked about, can they hold off long enough to get PYT back into play, and yes, they did, because Aurora Thunder came in, forced her out of play, caused the cut track, allowed PYT to come back in and get lead jammer status. So lead jammer and the power. Now, they are on a 4-on-3 disadvantage, but they do have the entire penalty and a big, huge help right there. Woo! The Antichrist smiling as she put a block on Isis that really flew PYT through the line. Dottie Deathwish back in, but she comes up against that stiff blue wall, but man, did she crack that. Holy cow. One to beat, and she does. So that's her first pass. PYT takes a quick look around and says, yeah, call that jam off. Great job by North Carolina's defense.
We're going to start Derby off.
5 points.
5 minutes left in this half.
5 points on the board for North Carolina, and PYT coming in out of the penalty. Great job there.
Got a
7 points.
for Dread Alert, Maryland, and 3D
Yeah,
for
3D.
North Carolina.
Yeah, a couple of additional points put up on the board there at the end, so the 2-point pass to add on. So 7-0 run, and we are 10 points in between these two teams. A 10-point lead for Maryland.
And mentioned yesterday that Dread Alert, this is her first season with Team Maryland. I think she's doing really well.
Oh, you bet she is. 3D on the outside line. She's got it. We got a track cut penalty coming. That's going to go against number 716, Fashionista. Lead jammer status and a whole lot more as Dread is having a tough time over there. She's going to stash. No, she's not. She's going to pass the star. That's going to Holly Go Hardly. Fashionista takes a seat, a 4-on-3 opportunity, and a tap out right there. 4-point pass, call off the jam, cut into that lead, preserve some time on the clock. 6-point game, 4 minutes to go. Are you kidding me?
I knew this game was going to be like this. I knew it was going to be close.
Listen, if anybody is watching this game at home and not standing up on their feet, I don't know what's wrong with you. I got to tell you, this is nuts.
North Carolina quickly pulling a blocker off.
I am Payne.
They realize that there's one of the box. Bob and weave.
Bob and weave.
It's bobbing and weaving in between everybody.
Oh,
Here's
cue the last
Payne
line.
out, and she pushes out for lead jammer. I am Payne.
Picks up lead jammer.
Q tried to get that hit in play, could not get there. Coma tried to come back to join her, could not get there. A direction of gameplay being called now on
Payne loves
Coma.
a fast pack. You go fast, she'll go faster.
Yeah, she did it right there. Nice job. No pack call. She'll get the points, and she'll call the jam.
She looked at the box, make sure her blockers were all coming out of the box, and then she called off the jam.
Yeah, nice job there.
Smart work.
Yeah, very, very smart Derby. So they'll freeze it there after 4 points on the board. So now a 10-point game again. 3-minute mark. 2 blockers in the box for North Carolina, and it's 2 you don't want in the box. You got Q sitting over there with Coma and Deucer. So a 4-on-2 opportunity. North Carolina is going to field JoJo and Aurora Thunder.
Payne out as lead jammer again.
Yeah, she made no work of that. That was quick, fast, and in a hurry.
She answered our questions immediately.
Too sweet. Yes, indeed.
Missile still having a tough time back there behind the line, and I Am Payne having no trouble whatsoever. Here comes Missile finally out on her initial pass, but 5 points put up on the board. Now another penalty coming that's going to be on Holly Go Hardly.
North Carolina, 2 blockers coming back in from the box.
And could not happen at a better time. No, sir, no, sir. Back block call.
And I don't think
JoJo,
Payne liked that call.
she might not have, but JoJo certainly did. And she turned around and blew a kiss my way. Thanks, JoJo. Love you too, baby. She's very, very excited about drawing that back block penalty, if you could call that a draw.
Might be the last jam of the half.
So a 5-point pass. The jam did get called off, although the back block penalty is going to create a power start now. We're going to have a minute, 50 seconds to go. It's an 18-point Maryland lead as 78-60 after that 8-0 run. We're going to have an official review right now.
That hit there.
Yes, I think there are many questions.
No question about that. They're going to be talking about that hit and the call off and how many points were allowed and things along those lines. We'll see what happens with that. I suspect Cool Hand Duke would like to say, hey, listen, maybe some of those points should not have come as they came as a result of the back block, but we'll see what happens. I'm not sure he's got a case there, to be perfectly honest. It looked like the points were legit.
It has been a long and doubtless.
And it did happen right in front of us, Nikki.
Yeah, it was. Right here in turn 1.
So get the funk out, SweatX.
Well, 3D has lined up back there in the sniper position, about 10 yards behind the start line. It'll be a power start and a 4-on-3 opportunity. Holly Go Hardly sits.
Culture that will grow if you culture their equipment and their skin. So
man, oh man.
Maybe SweatX can help with that. Help cut down on.
What do you do about like overload on adrenaline? What happens? I mean, your body, does it go into shock eventually or something? I mean, is there a flush?
I really hope it doesn't go into shock.
Is there a cleanse I can do or something? I mean, can I purify? I mean, what do I do? Some holy water? What do I need?
Deep breathing, in and out. Yeah, you got to get your Zen on, you know?
Something else, though, I'd like to bring up while we wait We'd like to
Oh,
thank
my darling.
Dan
No, wait.
Wrong song.
No.
That was last night. That was last night at karaoke. Sorry.
Look at 3D. 3D is back there in the entrance to turn number 4. I mean, she is nowhere near the start line.
Live stream with them and all of the games from Battle of the All-Stars
I mean, she's so far back there I can almost not see her. She's kind of like off in the horizon.
She's checking out the whole scene, just seeing where everybody's at. I get that. Looking at her fans, looking at her teammates, dancing for her fans. There it is. Yeah.
You know what I think, personally? I think she's just trying to stand as far away from the funk as she possibly can.
Probably.
I mean, after a full tournament, you know those pads stank.
Oh, I know.
Nasty. Unfortunately for her, the entire pack sets up all the way at the front, all the way up by the old pivot stripe.
So you see the 4 North Carolina blockers, is 2 lined up on each side. I think they have an ideal plan, but I don't know if Maryland's going to keep their spot there.
This is a design play. This is a designed defensive play for North Carolina. We'll see if they're able to perform it as planned. But we saw this yesterday.
So if you see this too, back when we would always line up on the pivot line, the pivot can still put her toe on the line. Got to line up behind her hips. So you see Cherrylicious scooting back and Lucretia McEvil.
Yeah, expect to see
That is a
Tutu.
small rule that a lot of people forget about.
Yeah.
It's a real small one that we still have.
Yeah, no doubt. Expect to see Tutu LaRue come in and blast Isis there in the back. We'll see if it's going to work or not, but that's what I would expect to see just because of the way they're all packed up together like that. The Antichrist is going to try and keep them where they're at, and Tutu's going to come in and try and free up that outside line, I suspect. Now, that all could change at any moment, but that's based on what they're seeing right now. That's what I would expect.
I think Isis just, I see you behind me.
Oh,
I
yeah.
see what you're going to do.
Oh, she knows. Trust me, she knows. And oh, look at this. Perfect picture. I want to find that picture on Facebook later. That's going to be a good one. How about these photographers coming? I mean, just right there. They've been doing a great job. We've been seeing some stuff posted on the Facebook
already.
machine.
That's always really impressive in any tournament when I see photographs come up the next day or sometimes the day of.
All right, so with that official review, I Am Pain is now going to be released from Jammer Jail. So evidently the back block penalty has been overturned.
I guess
somebody's got some good persuasive language in there.
Boy, I guess so, because again, we both were here. I think we would both agree that the points that went up were legit, but the back block was also, at least from our vantage point. Now, fortunately for us, that's why we don't wear black and white.
Yeah, absolutely.
So quick recap, as this has taken a good long time. We're already 4.5 minutes into this review, just so you're aware. 78-60. It's an 18-point Maryland lead. Inside 2 to go, 1:48 left on the clock. Almost 5 whole minutes will have clicked away before this next whistle blows.
And we've got a 67 Slamshine Alley on the line for the first time for today.
Yeah, so everything has changed dramatically since that power jam has been taken away from North Carolina. So everybody back by the start line. Big blue wall in the back, red up front.
I think Maryland likes the front. They like the front.
Now it's a 3-skater diamond there.
Slamshine Alley right out the gate, getting knocked to the infield.
Sunshine forced inside right off the whistle. We're going to have a direction of gameplay penalty coming against a red blocker. That one's going to go.
Cherrylicious.
Yes, ma'am, it will. 1 to beat at the top of the line. It's 3D. No pack call. 3D is out first, out front. Big, huge, grim carry force there. We're going to get a back block penalty. Who's it coming on? Oh, it's going on Isis. 3D makes short work of a small pack, and away she goes. 5 quick, easy, fast points. A track cut penalty now. Oh,
she was not okay with that call. I think I can see where she was not okay with it, but what the ref says goes.
Yeah, well, we're on a power jam as we speak in a 4-on-2 block. There's a no pack call. They got no choice but to let her go. Go she does. Gone, Daddy, gone. 5 more points. Another penalty coming. That one is going to go against
Rosie Reckabilly.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't see the numbers. Rosie takes a seat. That'll even things out on the penalty box, but the power jam continues as we tick away. It's a 9-point pass. This game now just 9 points separating these two teams. 69, 78, 24, 23, 22, 21 seconds on the clock. We will have time for one more start. 18 on the lineup, 20, 21, 15, 14, 13 on the play.
So they've got.
Oh, they're going to add points. Look at this. Another 5 points goes up. It's, another 6. A 15-point pass now for North Carolina, and that means a 3-point game. 3 points, last jam. Can you believe this? And PYT gets lead jammer status. And she's got a half-lap lead on Sunshine Alley, who's going to have to make up some time very, very quickly because PYT may just be able to do it. She gets through. Is it a tie? Is it a 1-point lead? Is it a 1-point deficit? What happens? 2 points? Are you kidding me? Unbelievable.
So look at this, 1 point difference.
North Carolina, come on and raise up. 2 points on the board. It's a 77-78 halftime lead for Maryland. Holy cow. What on earth do you say about that?
Crickets.
Yeah.
I always get stressed at times like this.
Listen, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go away and try and figure out how to subside this adrenaline because that was absolutely insane. Phenomenal first half, the closest first half I think we've had the whole tournament.
Yeah, I think so.
I would be very interested to see what happens when you take a look at that scoreboard over there because this could quickly unravel for a team. We've had so many penalties today already.
Yeah, no doubt. We're going to go take a look at that right now. I'm Pastor Mike.
And I'm Nikki Cash.
We'll be back with the second half shortly.
2 points by North Carolina. We left this at a 1
All right, we are
point
back
difference.
after an explosive half, an amazing half of roller derby. North Carolina started off big and strong, somehow or other, wrapping everything up in a nice defensive bow. Maryland came back, took the lead, and then North Carolina comes racing back. We sit, as the second half is about to begin, 1 point and 30 minutes separate these two teams. One of them will be the 5th place finisher. One will go on to play Virginia at 4 o'clock for the 3-4 title. Nikki Cash, tell me what you saw. Why are we where we are right now?
Well, I think Maryland's got to work a little bit more on their defensive balls. Earlier we were talking, you know, is it going to be the offense that's going to help Maryland get out? I really think it's going to be your defense that's going to be holding back those strong North Carolina jammers.
What's working for Maryland so far? What's not working?
I think that they have a really great jammer rotation. Each of their jammers has a different style of jamming. You've got Dottie, who's really good on her feet, can jump around pretty quickly. Payne, who's strong, forceful, can push through several walls, and then just a mix of other types of jamming skills. I think that is working for them really well.
That's absolutely absolutely outstanding. I couldn't agree more with you. Now we're going to have a oh man. So we had a little micro pack. 3 blue jerseys were in the box because one was standing. There was room for a third, so they were all over there, and all by herself was the Antichrist, who eventually got a penalty. Now we do have a lead jammer. It's going to be Maryland, and Bobbin Weave was racing around trying as best she could to catch up with Ian Payne. Ian Payne's going to take that 4 points and call that one off before Bobbin Weave can make it back after that initial pass. So we're going to start this one off with a 4-on-2 opportunity now. Still 2 blockers in the box for North Carolina.
Let's hope both teams also just have to stay out of the box. Like that's critical.
You bet. And we took a look at the penalty action going on at the half, and right now Maryland looks pretty good, really. Cherrylicious had 4 at the half. 2 Maryland players with 3 apiece. On the other side, North Carolina, Grim, Carey, and PYT both with 4. 3 players with 3 penalties each. Lead jammer status back to Dottie.
Wow, she just bobs right through everything.
Yeah. Listen, Dottie doing what Dottie does, and I told you before and I'll tell you again, North Carolina must stop her in order to keep this thing close, and they did not do it there. A 9-point jam. Excuse me, a 4-point jam. Thought there was a second pass. There was not. She made it through once and quit it, so that was a 4-point pass. It is now 86-77, 9-point game, 28 minutes to go, and we're going to have, again, a 2-blocker disadvantage for North Carolina as the Antichrist and JoJo Gadget sit in the box.
Got Ian Payne on the line.
Definitely an abbreviated pack for North Carolina. Ian Payne takes advantage of it.
Nice job, Ian Payne again. Lead jammer status, PYT battling, looking, fighting for a hole, a seam, an opening, cannot find it. And Ian Payne able to get back to the engagement zone very quickly. Aurora Thunder able to hold her back, pulls her back just a little bit, enough to block her out. Grim tries, the Antichrist tries, nothing doing there.
Payne's got good jammer awareness, knows where everybody is on the track. She knew exactly how far that jammer was from approaching the pack, how long she had to get out of the pack to call the jam off. It's right on time.
Many of the moments that were wasted.
Take a quick peek. It looks like a 4-0 run. Yeah, it was 4-0 for Maryland that time around. 5 points now. An extra point put up. So Maryland with a 5-point pass. 77-91. And now another penalty. PYT carries the star into the penalty box. So now 3-on-3, but a power start opportunity.
Got Gigi Hardy on for Maryland jamming.
She's facing a nasty, nasty 2-wall with Coma and Q. And, of course, as soon as I said that's the curse of the announcers, Nikki, she immediately breaks on through to the other side. Tutu LaRue in the back, waiting to try and slow her down. She gives her a little shove to the outside, cuts back inside, cuts back outside, and all the way gone. 4 points on that pass. Now PYT has got to get there and get there quickly.
It looks so effortless. It's amazing.
and she's still got, I believe her initial pass to still get through. So Gigi's got some more time to make some points before calling it off if she wants.
Yeah, plenty of time as PYT has not made that initial pass and is not having much luck. She's forced out and has to come all the way back into turn number 3. Almost, almost about it. Track cut called. Yeah, and a great big smile on the face of the Maryland blocker. Who was that?
All right, that's the second power jam in this one.
Cherrylicious forced that track cut.
Right now. Saw some ferocious
And we're going to get a call right there. And again, Gigi Hardy not very excited about the fact that she had to call that 3 times before she got the call off. And again, with a official staring at her, just didn't catch the action.
Luckily, it wasn't a race for points at that moment. Because if it was, that's when it's frustrating. It's like,
yeah, no
I'm
doubt.
I'm calling.
Biggest lead of the game thus far. Dottie
Deathwish coming to the line. PYT sitting in the penalty box, all by her lonesome there. So a power start, but a 4-on-4. Dottie Deathwish, she is just so good.
Yeah.
She is just so good.
I feel like her jamming is also, she's chilled out a bit more from last season already. Like, I think her transferring from DC Roller Girls to Charm City this at the end of last season was a good move for her as far as her jamming career.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Great job up on the tiptoes, right along the line. Oh man.
Doesn't do much.
Great job by Dottie to get around her own blockers.
Three wall.
Yeah, PYT.
That's one you don't. What do we got? Jackie Treehorn, Holly Go Hardly, and Cherry. Oh, and Bourbon Bruiser. Something you don't want to go against. For a strong 3 wall.
Yeah, and North Carolina is doing 2 things here that they need not to be doing. One, they really should be helping out PYT. She's proven she can't get through right now, so she needs some help, and she's now finally going to get it. I mean, they've just got to do something there. Too focused, I think, on Dottie, not focused on getting PYT in. And PYT, for her part, needs to get low and get underneath these blocks as she would normally do. She's kind of playing into Maryland blockers' play right now. Able to squeeze on through, break on to it.
Dottie looks like she's getting a little winded, keeps getting hit on the outside from North Carolina.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
So damn good. Dottie Deathwish able to tiptoe it right on through to the other side, and man, oh man, they have opened it up here. Another 10 points on the board, and now 110 to 77. A 33-point lead, largest of the game so far. 23 minutes and a half to go. There's a penalty called at the end of that one. Slam Shine, I think that's it. Slam Shine Alley is going to take the seat. She's got the 30-second penalty.
I think Maryland did something during the halftime.
They might be running away with it.
Some good talks.
No question about that.
I think they heard me talk about their defensive walls getting stronger.
Now you called it, and they've done exactly what you said they needed to do. We're getting a no-pack situation, and there's going to be a penalty coming, I believe. There's one going on ISIS. Mighty ISIS will take a seat. No other penalty. That was the one. 3D with lead jammer status and more than half a lap lead right now on I Am Pain. So 3D is going to grab points. Now she'll call it off right there before I Am Pain can get in. So they have not scored in the second half until just about, well, now. Put those points on the board, cut into that lead. It's 81-110.
Definitely helped out their jammer.
So keep an eye on the North Carolina defensive line, because that's really what needs to hold up here. That's really what needs to step up here in order to make this thing a game. Bob and Weave coming up to the line for North Carolina.
She's been super successful during this game so far, really being able to push through just like that.
Yeah.
Breaks through those Maryland walls, no problem.
Gigi Hardy on the other side of things, but she's brought all the way back by Coma, back to the start line. Coma again, and then another one by Grim Carey, and then another one by the Antichrist, and then another one by Rosie, and then another one by Rosie, and there's Coma. Where are they coming from? Dramatic.
Waterfalling from the sky.
Beautiful job by that North Carolina line, and guess what? Bob and Weave says, yes, sir, give me my 4. Shutout jam, so 2 back-to-back 4-0 runs, and that's going to cut back into that lead now, 85-110.
By Maryland, 85-110.
Yes, there's some great communication between Cool Hand
They'll
Duke
line back
and
up
his
with 3D
tailor,
coming to the
Lucky,
stripe
always
for
very focused,
North
making sure
Carolina.
to pay attention.
Dread alert
Definitely
back
came
on
up
from
in that
Maryland.
All right, 3D back in play. She's going up.
Penalty box
against
is
616
empty.
Dread Alert.
Got a jailbreak earlier, so everybody's out.
All right, 4 on
Here goes
4.
3D. She likes that outside tiptoe if she can get it. Dread forced out of play. She's down on the track, has to come back in, and she's drawn way back by
Goes around way to the back, at the front of the pack.
a penalty
3D
coming.
busted through.
Another red penalty. Star Stash now could be a pass. Looks like it's going to be.
Well,
Looking
she
like
can't
she
pass it to anybody because
Oh,
her
that's
pivot's
right.
in the box.
That's right. That was the pivot. 3D says, I'm just going to go ahead and hop over. Hop,
But-
skip, and a jump over the apex, and she's gone. 5-point pass for her. Big collision there. Puts Dread down again.
That was a cut. Yep, from the Maryland jammer.
In the back of the pack.
Thought she was safe. Almost safe.
Yep, track cut penalty called, and that's going to be the end of that jam. 3D will call it to preserve the power jam.
That
And
is
start
something
fresh.
I'm guilty of, just like that. Thinking that you're clean, thinking that you're safe, but you just got to take that extra step.
General Chaos standing in the box. Tutu LaRue goes in, so she'll have the full 30-second penalty there. PYT will come to the jammer stripe. She will be at the start line with a 3-blocker on 3-blocker start to this power jam. 110 to 94, 16 points the separation. PYT gets off to the front of the pack. 1, then 1, 4, now 3 wall. Nice job of recycling, bringing an extra body.
That wall of 3, they get her right in their pockets, right in between the hips. She can't go anywhere. You can't go back. You can't go side to side.
Oh, she got lead jammer, but she pirouetted out of control. Pirouetted? Pirouettes?
Yeah, pirouetted.
She done did pirouette. We don't talk like that in the Carolinas.
Yeah, we
Good.
do. We do. We do down in North Carolina and Virginia.
Good Lord. I say we do not.
Since I've moved to Philadelphia, I've gotten a lot of comments on my accent. I don't think I have an accent, but a lot of people have been like, Cash, you kind of sound a little southern. I'm like, I don't know, I'm from Virginia.
You know, it's hard to pick out. It's there, but it's barely there. PYT barely there. She got back to the pack, and she's going to go ahead and see where exactly Chaos is after the star pass. She'll call the jam, put the points on the board. It's a 2-0 spot for North Carolina. So those 2 points are going to cut into that deficit yet again. It's now 96 to 110. A 4-jam shutout so far for North Carolina. So now 96 to 110 is a 14-point deficit.
Got I Am Payne back on the line for Maryland, and Bob and Weave for North Carolina.
Yeah, no secret about the fact that this North Carolina team is a defensive team. They don't score as prolifically usually as will Maryland. So again, seeing them kind of drip and drab this one is fun to watch. Also fun to watch is Bob and Weave bobbing and weaving through the pack. She's got lead jammer status. She's also got a mouse in her pocket, chasing. Here comes I Am Payne. Another penalty going off to JoJo Gadget. Bob and Weave will draw she'll call it off, but everybody's going to get points on that one. It's going to be a 3-2
for Maryland.
For Maryland.
Nice.
Yeah. Bob and Weave tried to call that one off, did not call it quickly enough.
2 points for North Carolina.
Cool Hand Duke looking around like, are you sure? Really? What? Huh?
And we start on a pack advantage for Maryland.
Yeah, going to be a 4-on-3. Can't see who's back there behind Tutu LaRue.
Dottie Deathwish
3D.
and 3D, yep.
4-on-3 pack advantage from Maryland as we start this one off. Tutu LaRue forces Dottie out of play. That's exactly what she wants to do. She can get another shot here, but Dottie too quick.
Slides right on the inside.
Yeah, listen, Tutu is fantastic. She's got some phenomenal footwork, but man, trying to catch up to Dottie Deathwish is a tough thing for the fastest skaters on the track. Both jammers out. Points on the board.
Anti-aircraft fire.
And Dottie will go ahead and put a 4-spot up. So there's a quick scoring drive for Dottie Deathwish. 4 points, call the jam. Speed kills, Nikki.
Speed kills.
Speed kills. Power trumps speed. And when you have both speed and the power, of the lead jammer status, you are virtually unstoppable.
Unstoppable.
98-116, North Carolina creeping ever closer to that 100-point mark.
And North Carolina just slides out on the outside.
Yeah, and
Not sure what happened there.
well, and this referee has not been giving us the signal from the penalty box, so I'm not sure what the penalty was. I mean, the only thing I can think of is that there was a tap, and we didn't see it because the whistle came when we weren't expecting it, but I suspect a track cut off of the top, but we'll see. Meanwhile, nice job there. Missile on a back block penalty, though. Wow. Didn't see it, but that's why we don't wear black and white. Not sure where she got it. She doesn't know either. She's shaking her head and shrugging her shoulders. Not sure how it happened, but we're going to go ahead and have a flip. It's only going to be a couple seconds off of the penalty. But it will be a power jam for Maryland right now.
So set up for a whole 2-minute jam.
Yeah, it's a 4-on-3 opportunity.
Completes her initial pass.
Is that Gigi?
Mighty Isis.
Yeah, Mighty Isis on a back block. She'll sit. Oh, Gigi tried to call it off from her knees, realized she was not lead jammer, but she does have 5 points to put on the board. Now the penalty box will open. We got a jailbreak. Everybody back out on the track.
All right, everybody's getting a little wily right now. Penalties in and out of the box. Everybody's got to calm down just a bit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and you can see an illegal procedure. I suspect that's going to be for trying to call that off when she didn't have the lead jammer status again.
What it is.
She didn't get away with it the first time, not going to get away with it the second time.
Fans are even getting a little wily over there, too.
Yeah, look at Mr. over there and Big David Burns asking, what the heck?
And some people on Maryland bench are grabbing their face. I think that jam was a little crazy.
Yeah, that got out of hand quick.
Yeah.
That escalated quickly. So let's see what we've got here, just to kind of recap. That was a 5-0 run there for Maryland to run the score up to 98-121, although everybody allowed is back there in the middle of the rink to see, hey, listen, what the heck happened there? 14 minutes, 46 seconds to go.
After a jam like that, everybody's going to come back. Look, group hug, just like that.
Well, and here's the deal. If nothing changes with this official review, we're going to start with a very rare jammerless jam. It's only going to be for moments because both jammers are currently standing in the penalty box.
And then it's a race to the line.
Yeah, well,
I love it.
And not only that, but where Mighty Isis is also standing, and in the penalty box for North Carolina is Q. So Q is sitting. We're going to end up with a very, very short. Look at this, both jammers right there at the line. So they're going to escape very quickly. Mighty Isis will join them almost immediately, and then Q will be serving as that 4-on-3 break for Maryland begins.
So when you're standing in the box, you don't have to stand over near your chair. And I think Gigi sees that. She's standing right at the edge of the box, ready to go.
This is a great opportunity to see some leagues.
Yeah, like we were saying earlier, what do you do so you don't lose yourself in the game? Deep breaths. You get in your zen.
Yeah, well, you see you're doing it right now. Gigi Hardy kind of having a good time, smiling and gesturing and having a good time over there in the box. So, yeah, extended coverage there in the middle. I mean, the coaches have not finished having their say yet. So we are a full 2 minutes into this official review already, and they have not reconvened in the middle of the rink. The officials have not yet reconvened, so we'll see what happens there. What do you think?
I don't even know what happened that last jam. There was just too many different things. Fan involvement as well as several skaters coming in and out of the box.
Yeah,
Everybody's
tough.
just got to do a little chill out.
Yeah. Well, and not ones to be very quiet. The folks from Collision Men's Derby over there in the far corner, over there by turn number 3, got a little loud and a little boisterous. And I know my fans and friends in the Carolinas are saying, "What? Are you kidding? Collision Men's Derby getting a little out of hand? You're kidding me, Mister got emotional. What are you saying?" Black and Wild is over there. Sweet Meat is there somewhere. I don't know where he went, but he was up in arms, I believe, as well there at good stuff. These fans, man, they travel from all over the place.
Oh yeah, I saw those 3 guys over playing Harm City this past season. That was a lot of fun to watch too. I remember watching Mr. I think when he first started skating, he was
just sort of
coaching
dual jammer penalties in
North.
the very end of that
What is
jam.
that team?
Yeah, it was Fayetteville.
It's
Fayetteville,
a lot of
okay,
hue
yeah.
and cry on both
But I
sides,
remember from
think.
a long time ago.
DeVille.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone gets
Yes, it
pretty
was.
excitable.
So
You're
the referees have started chatting. We'll see exactly what comes of it. Now,
Yeah.
that's what they're chatting about. That 5-0 run that we said had happened at the end of that jam has now turned into an 8-7. Instead of a 5-0 shutout pitch by Maryland, now it's an 8-7 North Carolina win. So North Carolina is over the century mark. It's a 106-123 Maryland lead right now.
Yes. As I like to
17
say,
points
they are
if my math skills are anywhere near accurate.
Who always wins.
That's right.
We have
14:46 to go, and the officials are still conferring. So we'll see if anything more is going to occur. But holy cow, we've been in break time here for a very, very long time. Looks like we're getting a little bit of information here thanks to our tournament head announcer, Kent the politician. Nikki, did you catch that?
They're double checking North Carolina's points.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right, so possibly some additional points going up for North Carolina, possibly a couple of North Carolina points coming off the board. We'll pay attention to that.
This is when I don't want to be a ref. It's just too. I can't. My attention span isn't that good. Like I think it is sometimes, but
I can't imagine what I just said. I can't imagine how they have to figure out how many points they called on a pass that happened now 5, 6, 7 minutes ago.
Are you able to see the penalty board over there? I'm wondering how much more dry erase marker they have to draw on that.
Yeah, it's thick. There's no question about that. It looks like there are one skater on each side that is in significant issue. Can't see either one of them. I'm going to, based on what I can make out of it, there is somebody from North Carolina all the way at the bottom of the list. I'm going to assume that's either 3D or PYT, and I can't tell how low it goes. It looks like it's probably 3D with what appears to be at least 5, maybe 6. Again, tough to tell from here. On the other side, for Maryland, it's about 4 deep. I'm going to have to guess that that's General Chaos. It's the only place I can look, and that looks to be about 4 or 5, and a lot of threes, especially on the North Carolina side.
yeah. So it's a bit somewhat balanced, I guess.
Now, North Carolina is certainly in the deeper trouble there. Now, they do have a fairly deep bench, and Maryland, again, almost as deep. I mean, they're almost 1 for 1. North Carolina one or two skaters higher, but we'll see how that goes. And quite frankly, they've lost a couple to injury in this game. So. Or during the game anyway, the last couple of games. So, they lost Mayhem, a jammer that would have seriously, I think, made a difference in some of this because of her size and power.
And I think both teams are doing exactly what they need to do in a timeout situation like this. Just do the wave,
Yeah, well, we're at 6.5 minutes already of vamping between the two of us. Now the head referee is going to head on over to the scoring table. We'll see what happens.
Oh, look, there's the wave. They're doing it. I love when that happens.
Yeah, they are. I thought for a second Maryland was cheering the result, but nobody knows the results yet. So the wave is going around the room here.
Here, it's coming to us. Get ready.
I'm ready.
It's here.
Is it? Oh! There you go. So we'll see if anything changes. Still 14:46 on the clock. Still an 8-7 run for North Carolina.
Having a good time.
No change. We'll see if that's going to
You have to learn to entertain yourself when you
flip
must be patient.
anyway.
It's not easy being patient.
Still nothing changing.
Oh, wow.
No. So, it's at least we can entertain ourselves.
Well,
and
everybody's
have
coming
good
back.
time.
It looks like that's going to be where we are, I
Yeah.
guess. 7 minutes and 20 seconds into
Oh,
the
here we go.
review.
I think they've
All-Stars. It's been a great weekend, and we are
split
not
up. Here we
done
go. We're
yet.
going to start
the officials
back up
huddle
again.
breaks.
By that, I mean this game is not
And evidently
done.
that's where it's going to stay. It's going to be an 8-7 North Carolina. That's going to be a Maryland lead, 123-106, 14:46 to go, 7.5 minutes of stoppage.
So we're going to stay at 106.
And that's what it's going to be. So it's a 3-on-3, no jammer start. So this is going to be boring derby for a couple of seconds before both jammers come racing out, and it's going to happen very, very quickly. 3 players getting ready to break out of derby jail. That's going to be Mighty Isis. That's going to be Missile Crisis, and that's going to be Gigi Hardy. Gigi Hardy comes out and takes a crushing blow from JoJo Gadget. She's back behind, and that gives Missile Crisis the opportunity. She breaks out, lead jammer status and more as Gigi gets forced out again. Gigi now takes the inside line and accelerates, hits the turbo puddle, and gone. Now we'll see what can Missile do. She's got one to beat at the top of the line. She'll hit it, she'll quit it, she'll put up 4 points and stop a 0 score on the other side. Exciting jam there.
You know, sitting in the box for that whole 7 minutes they were in there, I don't want to say you lose focus, but you step out of the game for a minute because you're away from the rest of your teammates. It's hard to get right back in, but I think, you know, start a new lineup. Let's get this rolling again.
Yeah, no doubt. Oh, we're going to have a timeout now. Cool Hand Duke wants to get up there just in time. He got that call. It's going to be an official review again. He wants to think things over. So a 4-0 run on the clock at 13:42, and we are back in official timeout time, which gives me time.
I wonder what he was trying to he got his 4 points?
Yeah, no telling. I can't imagine what more he could get at that point. But listen, can I just tell you, Derby is incredible. I love the sport. I love the action on the track. There's no question about it. But there are some folks that go unsung a lot of the time, and that's a doggone shame, and I just want to shout out a couple of them right now.
Please do.
Folks like, all of the NSOs that make this happen and all of the volunteers. How about the tapeworms? You know, the track control team that comes out and does what they have to do to repair the track when they can. And also all of the EMTs and medical folks that stick around. And even, for example, somebody like Torch with North Carolina. She is she's actually a physical trainer who traveled along with North Carolina today. And by the way, thanks to Torch, because she tortured me earlier. Had this little neck spasm thing going on, and she
fixed you up.
Yeah, man, I feel a lot looser. So you know, if anybody's listening, text Torch and tell her that Pastor Mike's talking about her on the old microphone. But yeah, huge thanks to all of the people that make roller derby possible. Not just here, but really all around the Derbyverse. Because without them, we could not be here doing what we love to do, talking about a game that they love to play.
Top of the consolation bracket. Over on the top
once again,
side,
just to kind of line you up for what's going on, this game right here will determine the 5th place team. The loser of this game will be the 5th place finisher. They came in, Maryland at 3, North Carolina at 8. So obviously you know where they want to be here. North Carolina is not going to be happy with a moral victory coming in 8th and being placed 5th. They want the opportunity to play for 3rd, and that opportunity will only be afforded to the team that wins this game. The winner of this will play against Virginia, another incredibly strong team, at 4 o'clock for the 3rd and 4th seeds in this final tournament.
They are questioning the points right now.
So points is the question. Cool Hand Duke is checking for that. We've got Kent the politician running this way. He may or may not have some additional information for us at the end of it all. 110 to 123. So now a 13-point lead is all we've got. It's 13 points and 13 minutes, 42 seconds.
Again, they were questioning points from the North Carolina side, but again, no change to the points that were given.
Now, I can't imagine what points Duke saw that he was expecting, but look at Bob and Weave. One-on-one at the top, and she's going to make it through. We're going to have a penalty coming on the forearm. Lead jammer opportunity, and Bob and Weave now with a 4-on-3 break, and she's got more than a half-lap lead over her opponent, I Am Payne. Bob and Weave back to the engagement zone. She's got points coming. Let's see if she can get them all. She won't get them all because there's one in front of her, and that is I Am Payne. It's a race now to the finish. 4 points, call it. Oh, I Am Payne turned around and went chest to chest.
Yeah. Payne doesn't like that.
Yep. Little bump and go. So 4 more points on the board for North Carolina. Cuts into that lead. It is now just 9 points. They're inside 13 minutes to go. 114, 123. Man, oh man. I don't care where you are in the Derby world. If you're listening to this, get on your feet. We may have to just stand the whole rest of the way.
I think some of the skaters are getting a little annoyed with how many reviews there have been.
Well, listen, you know what? In a game like this, as tight as it's been, as back and forth as it's been,
gotta have those, I guess.
Well, you know what? At the end of the game, I believe every single skater is going to be glad that they took the time to get it right. I know you want to just go. I know when you're in game mode, you just want to play. I get that. But, you know, at the end of this thing, everybody is going to be very, very satisfied that they at least did everything in their power to get every last detail correct.
Yep.
with some issues there.
Incredibly dedicated group, the officials. I mean, they take a bruising. I mean, just an absolute beating all day long.
Take a moment and make a few more crews.
So it looks like from here we're, again, our head referee is going to go check things out and figure out what he wants to do with the scoreboard. 12:46 to go. Oh, big round of applause. Not sure what they're, there's some line dancing. Is that jammer on jammer line dancing maybe back there?
We got some,
look at that.
Of course it is.
It's
figure
3D,
skating.
yeah, figure skating on the, who's that? 3D?
And Dottie Deathwish.
And Dottie.
these ladies.
Gotta love the fact that they can relax and just have some fun on the track before they start trying to kill each other again.
Right, exactly.
They do it for all of you.
No changes so far on the scoreboard. I don't think there will be. I can't imagine what the question is.
Showing us her river dance
But a
action
114 to
there.
123, Maryland lead. 12:46 to go.
I would not have
How
suspected
happy
there
are
would
you
be
with what you've seen after the halftime? They made some adjustments. Sounds like they made the exact same adjustments that you suggested. How do you feel right now?
Yeah, they did change it up a bit to what I thought they should do. But now I guess it's just we're kind of just waiting a lot, and it's hard. it's a little different than being on the track, I guess.
Oh, no
during
kidding.
This time.
No kidding. And here go the chants, competing chants.
Oh, it's on.
It is on and it is loud in here right now.
And we're
As
thanking everybody here. There's one group of people
both
we have not
teams
mentioned.
leading
We
cheers.
want to thank our photographers.
Maryland started it off, then North Carolina came back louder. So of course Maryland's got to come back even louder. Let's see what they can do.
Let's thank Andrew Keys, Ron Payton, Kit Rupp, Keith Stanley.
Not sure if you can hear him, but we'll just let it go for a second. Let you listen to the crowd noise.
Chase Dion, Richard Cascara, Troy Antique, and Sean Hill. And I guarantee you that all of their photos are far better than any selfie.
I mean, it is.
Just to be
There's a
This-
good amount of people in here. I can't
Yeah.
imagine what it's going to be like later
Yeah,
for
the
the
joint is packed.
championship games.
Yeah, this place is absolutely packed out.
All the leagues.
You know, the leagues that traveled here traveled from a fairly short distance overall when you really think about it. I mean, I think North Carolina and or Maine probably the furthest distances.
Yep.
But again, nobody so far that they couldn't travel fairly well. And their fans are here, their families are here. And this is easily the loudest I've heard it in here all weekend.
From Jersey, I think so. Hey, Yoshi, what's
Still a
going
lot
on?
of conversation going on. And again, are we 3.5 minutes into this stoppage again?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we are.
We're almost 15 minutes of stoppage all told between the 4 or 5 that we've had so
Well,
far.
that documentary crew is Christopher Kritzer, Andrew
10 with the
Leonard,
last
and
2
Michael
alone.
Spagnola. So thanks again for being here.
Looking forward to seeing
Again,
that
great to see that they're going to take every possible advantage to make everything as right as they possibly can. But again, it does make it a little bit difficult to keep everything
Oh, I
going.
think they're fun. Look at all of the happenings.
Still no changes on the scoreboard,
I don't know. I
although
think the time is what you make
These
it.
are really great photo opportunities, too.
that's right.
That's fair.
Well, I know Cherrylicious is loving it.
Yeah, no doubt.
She likes getting her picture taken.
That's right.
Well, I'll tell you, we got some really, really great Derby Rotzi in the house tonight. The Derby photographers really, really shining this weekend.
Oh,
I mean, we've seen
definitely.
some of their work already. Kit Ruff is here, and she's got some great stuff out already. And unfortunately, I haven't had the pleasure of meeting some of the other photographers yet. I mean, Kit is from our neighborhood, so I know her. But I've seen some of the others online being posted and shared already, and they really, really look great.
Breaks between each.
And how about, as long as we're talking about it, I don't know if, hey, Chris. What'd I say?
You called
I
me
said,
Chris.
I called you Chris, didn't I? I think I did that earlier too, didn't I?
You might have. I just ignored it.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I don't blame you. Chad from Nerd Derby, tell us a little bit about where we can find the feed. I mean, everybody's on the feed now; they know
Right.
that. But if I want to watch some of the archived stuff
So-
from the rest of the weekend,
Sure. So what happens is, as soon as everything is uploaded to YouTube, at the end of a broadcast, it's automatically archived by YouTube. So if you are subscribing to our channel, you can just, or you just go and you look us up.
what are they looking for?
I don't even really remember what our YouTube channel's called.
Oh, nice.
Well, it's on the Facebook.
It's on the it's on the
it's
it's
a
on
link
the,
on the Facebook to
It
the
is.
Battle of the All Stars
Yeah,
page.
yeah.
So
And if you do a search,
It's probably under. If you search Nerd Derby, you'll probably find it.
you will
yeah.
find it with Nerd Derby, and if you search for Battle of the All Stars or BOTAS, you'll find it as well because you tagged it up nice.
Yeah, exactly. We tagged them with BOTAS.
yeah,
as well.
we've got a couple hashtags.
That's right.
Let's see, hashtag
BOTAS, Battle of the All Stars,
I just don't
and
so I can announce with you again.
hashtag BRDD.
yeah, for
Bucks Roller Derby.
There you go. Thanks, Charlie. Appreciate that.
Coalition sort of
That's
situation like
you
this.
can call me Charlie too. That works.
I'm gonna mess with it all day long. now.
Sometimes I do. If I ever have to use a Derby name for anything, I usually use like Sir Charles is actually. what I use,
Sir
yeah.
Charles.
I have a.
Charles, Charlie,
I have
Chad.
a team main. My team main hockey jersey is. I put Sir Charles on it.
Nice.
Wait and see.
Well, Chandler, I appreciate that, man.
Yeah.
That was very good of you to jump in.
Yeah,
there.
no problem, Pete.
Wait a minute. Who
Easy
are
there,
you guys? I don't
easy
know
there,
you.
Chansey. Easy, Chansey. So,
But Battle of the All-Stars was
6.5 minutes of stoppage again. So that's two back-to-back 6.5-minute stoppages with what? Was there a jam in between, maybe?
I think
Two?
we had one or two jams in between.
Yeah.
Holy cow. So go on out and order a pizza and come
Bring
back.
me one too.
No kidding. Holy cow. Hey, speaking of which, how about the, not that anybody at home cares about this, but they've had some fantastic food outside with the little trucks going on
Food
over there.
trucks. Yeah. Yesterday I had a nice burrito.
We're getting some information now from
New Jersey, North and South Carolina, Ohio,
Ken.
Pennsylvania, Virginia, West Virginia.
Getting some numbers, seeing what's going on.
numbers.
Pennsylvania took first prize. New York took second, and Maryland took third.
Penalties, numbers.
Yeah, absolutely. It's good to know where we come from.
Pass the
So
mic
that
so we come back
review
in
was basically
with
very
some vital
straightforward.
information.
There was some issues with
We're
some
starting with
jersey
Dottie Deathwish on the
numbering.
line with
Unfortunately, paperwork matters, and that's going to lead to an additional 30-second penalty.
All right, so I've got this all figured out. I actually know what that penalty or that timeout was all about. I'll tell you about that after this jam. Dottie Deathwish doing what Dottie Deathwish tends to do. She's got lead jammer status, and 3D with that determined look on her face gets down low and starts racing through. Dottie Deathwish will hit it and quit it, and that jam will come to an end. But there's points on the board. It's a fourth spot there. 3D took a big, huge blast at the end of that one and was looking around for some help but didn't get it. Now, let me tell you what just happened.
Oh, please.
That's
please,
six
I'd
and a
love
half
to hear.
minutes. So off the wall, number 12 from Iron Mountain Roller Girls of Maryland went to the penalty box for a penalty on the track.
Okay.
During the ensuing discussion, it was discovered that Off the Wall is not on the official roster. Therefore,
Oh,
she will.
what?
So she will continue to play, I suspect. But she has been assessed a second bench penalty, basically for what amounts to a bookkeeping error.
Do you think that maybe it was because of that 2 and that 12?
Yeah, it could be. I'm not sure exactly what it was, but either way, that is the ruling on the field, and that is going to
Interesting.
stand. So a full minute penalty
It's when
being
paperwork
served.
matters.
Yeah, there's no question about that. A 5 spot on the board for a nothing to Maryland, so a 5-0 win for North Carolina. That's going to make it 119-27, an 8-point jam with 11 minutes to go. Man, oh man. I'm telling you, this is shaping up to be exactly the game that we thought it would be. Both teams have got to be excited about the way this thing's going, particularly North Carolina, with an opportunity here to come in from the 8th seed and go play for the number 3 seed if they can somehow squeak out a win versus a very, very tough Maryland team that is leading them right now. And lead jammer status is going to go to Bob and Weave. She's forced out of play after the fact. You know what she's going to have to do right now? She's got lead jammer. Let's see if she can figure it out. She does. Turns her head, finds out that she's got control. Gigi Hardy coming up. She calls that one off.
All right, Bob and Weave knocked to the inside in that situation. Was lead jammer, even though she was
No
still
points
back.
scored. We stay where we were. 10 minutes, 30 seconds,
Heads up
119, 127. 8 points separate these two
Still an
teams.
8-point game as Dottie Deathwish
Got 5 on
takes the
5
track
again. Dottie
against
Deathwish on the line
3D.
with
3D. Yep. Yeah, last time around, this did not go Carolina's way. They've got to find a way to put the stopper in the bathtub, so to speak, when Dottie gets out there. She's going to be forced to the outside, but stays up. Knees buckle, but how on earth does she stay up? Lead jammer status.
3D is out as well.
Now 3D's able to break out too, but she's got a long way to go and a short time to get there, and that is one fast skater.
So North Carolina is trying to stay up at the front. They want to avoid getting their points scored on because Dottie wants to take those points and call it off.
Yeah, she's going to call it off from her backside now. As she tried to jump it, she did get 1 point. She'll get no more from that, but again, great job and good awareness on the track by both teams to speed up the pack at that point.
Great defense by North Carolina. You know, we've been talking about it all day today. North Carolina.
Yeah, she was asking her blockers to move up, so that she could get some blue points before her red ones.
Missile Crisis coming in for North Carolina. She'll be joined there behind the stripe
I believe it's still 18 points
by,
first half.
What is that?
can't see. She's so far down below JoJo Gadget. I can't see her, still can't see her, trapped in the back there. It's going to be a forearm penalty on whoever the heck it is. Holy cow.
I am Payne.
I am Payne, a forearm penalty. She's going to sit, and a power jam opportunity now for Missile Crisis. There's going to be another penalty. It's going to be a clockwise block call. That one's going to go against Maryland as well. Another whistle, but that one for lead jammer status. A power jam with the lead. Missile Crisis in control of things. Grim Carey's going to get called. She's going to go to the bench, or go to the box. But Missile, what a nice job. Hop, skip, and a jump, and she's gone. That is a 5-point pass, cutting into that lead. Here comes I Am Payne, one on the front side, and that's JoJo Gadget. Tutu's going to come in to try and help out. A big collision blocking the lane. I Am Payne out.
Recycling blockers.
And that one's going to get called off right there. Put another 4 points on the board, though, for North Carolina. And guess what, kids? Guess what, kids? Guess what, kids? North Carolina, come on and raise up. 9-point jam. We are tied. 128. 8 minutes left. Let's just start it all over.
Yeah, I think everybody's getting really excited.
I know I am.
Yeah, everybody. But skater-wise, getting excited and maybe not in the best way because this is a stressful point.
Well, it's going to be a 3-on-2 opportunity now for Bob and Weave, who goes down. Both jammers down.
Jammers thrown to the outside. That's a start off way.
That's going to be Gigi Hardy back there with Bob and Weave. Bob and Weave takes the inside line. She's going to come up against a stiff 2-wall. Tries to break through on the other side. Can't get there. No pack called. That'll get her through one. Ice is the last line.
Ice
And
slams
what
her
a
onto the inside.
smash.
Wow, that was a real mighty hit.
And last one standing, that's going to be
And
Gigi
again,
Harding.
she does it again. Back on the inside again.
Yeah, Ice is putting on a clinic right now, just trashing Bob and Weave, and they're going to try and give her some help right now. Look at Isis just slamming the Antichrist around. Here comes
Gigi Hardy out of the pack again. Wow.
That's going to be a grand slam.
Consistently, I've seen.
Coma Inducer tried to come in and help out and couldn't get there, and Coma is off to the side of the track with potentially some blood on the lip. We'll see how she's doing there. A little collision there with the referee, and Gigi is going to try and call it off if she can get seen. She is now, so let's, oh man.
And starting on a power jam for her next jam with Dottie.
No kidding.
Wow.
Holy cow. And I mean, there's a lot of confusion right now, though, as again, Coma was going out. She had taken her mouthpiece out and was checking her chiclets. In the meantime and in between time, Bob and Weave was signaling or trying to talk to her bench about a timeout possibly. Did
But
not
I think
get
they're
that.
out of them.
They may be. 9 points on that jam from Maryland to extend their lead now again. They take over the lead, I should say, reclaiming it 128 to 137 with 6 minutes to go. Dottie, Death Wish.
She pushes on the outside while her blockers are on the inside, hoping that they'll push an open hole for the inside.
Nice job by Q to not only push her down, but also fake the pullback as she had gone out of play and was not eligible to be the track cut, but she was able to pull Dottie back a little bit to slow her down.
Out. Nice.
Gotta find an answer there. Must find an answer. Here comes Bob and Weave. Here comes Tutu. Both re-enter the pack. Q on Dottie. Dottie on Q, and Dottie wins that battle. Q comes back in to lay everybody out. Bob and Weave able to get through. 5 points for Dottie. Bob and Weave is going to have to hustle to try and close this thing down. Dottie says, yeah, no thank you. That's not going to happen. She'll call it off. How many points did she get?
3. So 8 all day.
Boy, and
8-0.
she's not happy about that. She's looking around and calling for more. There was a penalty called at the end of that one on Cherry Licious. So an 8-point pass, or 8-point jam, I should say, with under 5 minutes to go. North Carolina trails Maryland 145-128. Man, oh man, I'm past the mic.
And I'm Nikki Cash.
We are sweating.
Yeah, I'm sweating. My hands are sweating.
Yeah, this is crazy.
I don't know if it's warm in here or if it's me.
Well, listen, the stakes could not be higher for these two teams right now. I mean, this is for 3, 4, 5.
Look at that, those strong arms. When you're doing the tripod kind of work like that, it's not only your legs digging in, your arms too. That's how I've dislocated my shoulder.
Yeah, look at 3D. She's going to get a low block drawn.
Yeah, I thought 3D.
Mighty Isis meets 3D up at the front, hits her out, and takes her back.
Yeah, a whole lot of red jerseys swinging all over the place. Not on the track right now, though. There's only 2 of them, plus their jammer. I Am Payne working one-on-one.
Payne loves a jammer on jammer action.
Yeah, no doubt about that. There's, guess who? Isis again. Man, oh man, and 3D's checking around to see what the truck was that hit her.
Isis is such a strong and tall, long leg skater. She can get across the track and powerfully hit you.
Boy, I'll tell you what, I don't know what happened, but I can tell you that the fans over there in turn number 3 are screaming for an insubordination call. They're not going to get it, but they are outraged, screaming for it.
All right, 3D's got 1 left in front of her right now. That's
so Mighty Isis off for a penalty.
They're just trading body blows back.
Big, huge hits all over the place. A 4-point pass there in the back for North Carolina. We're going to get a timeout called for North Carolina. 3 points are going to go on the board for Maryland. Let's check it out. It is a 12-9 win for Maryland. That's going to extend their lead out now to 20 points with 3:12 to go. So Maryland at 20 points above North Carolina. 3 minutes, 12 to go. North Carolina has got to get lead jammer status as often as possible the rest of the way if they're going to have a shot at this thing. Team timeout called by North Carolina.
3 minutes and
yes, indeed. They
some seconds. A lot of things can happen.
No doubt about it. Plenty of time.
20 points can happen in half of 3 minutes.
Oh, listen, it has, and we've seen it. So, yeah, listen, this thing is far from over right now, but it's almost over. Once again, the importance of this game, what's on the line. The winner will play again at 4 o'clock versus Virginia for third place.
A lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, listen, both of these teams I think match up very, very well with an incredibly strong Virginia team. That one's going to be fun.
They seem tough as hell, but they are.
The loser of this game
tougher than that. So
will have to settle for 5th place. North Carolina had come in at 8, so a bump up to 5 will certainly, when they settle down, be good for them. I mean, they'll be happy about that, I think, after they, the sting of the loss. Should they win, they would be at least the 4 and maybe the 3 coming in again at 8. Lead jammer status is going to go to Dottie Deathwish. You're going to get a heavy dose of Dottie right now. Here comes Missile Crisis to give chase, and off to the races we go. Pack speed starting to pick up. Blue decides to slow it back down, see if they can't trap her in the pocket. You do not want to try and trap Dottie in the pocket. I don't know if you're going to get her. They force her inside and out and down. She'll call the jam. Points on the board. Missile is looking for the points. She's going to get 2, but Maryland's going to get 4. So a 22-point lead now. Time ticking away. 139 to 161. 2.5 to play, Nikki.
All right, well, they have
Ooh,
a lot
man.
to celebrate right now. This has been a hard-fought battle. Maryland looking increasingly like the winner here.
At least 2 more jams at the minimum. Bob and Weave straps on the star helmet cover for North Carolina. Trying to catch who that jammer is for Maryland.
I think it's Gigi Hardy on for Maryland.
Yeah.
Bob and Weave, so strong. Oh.
No!
Forearm for North Carolina's jammer.
And Bob and Weave's got to hustle. She's got to get around. Listen, you don't have time for that. You got to get in that box so the penalty can start. Hustle, hustle, hustle.
Now Gigi has the option of, obviously she wants to keep scoring points, but they're saying chill out, calm down, let's run this clock. Because
Absolutely.
we only have a little bit of time left.
Yeah, listen, the clock is the enemy if you're cheering for North Carolina now. They are running out of time and running out of opportunities. So Gigi wisely slowing things down. No problem whatsoever if she takes a hit or two. She has to go out of play. There's no reason whatsoever to do anything more than she's doing.
Blockers come and close on the outside and the inside.
Absolutely. You got to let this thing run, especially in the power jam right now. There's no reason to stop the clock if you are Maryland. Bobbin Weave now is on the track. 5-point pass for Maryland as Gigi wisely went through and got her points, and now she's just going to kind of take the slow stroll around, keeping an eye on Bobbin Weave to see where she's at. Inside 1 minute to go.
Bobbin Weave is through on her initial pass. She escaped the sin bin.
Bobbin Weave is on her scoring pass now.
And Gigi's going to probably, or should call it.
Yeah, she'll call it right there to go ahead and ice this thing out. It's 43 seconds left on the clock, 42, and a timeout called by North Carolina. So that right there is going to make it very, very tough for North Carolina. We've got at least one more jam to go. A 5-2 Maryland win presses the lead. It's now 166 to 141, 25 points and 42 seconds left. Nikki, I don't know.
I think I have an idea, but we won't go that far. But
no, listen, nothing is over until we decide it is.
Yeah.
No, wait. Nothing is over until the fat lady sings.
The jammers here to take this home are going to be.
But this could be the last jam. 3D and I Am Payne, the jammers of record. Both penalty benches are empty, so 4 on 4. You hear Maryland starting the cheer.
Sprinkle, sprinkle. Oh, it looks like I see Cherrylicious on the other side of the track. Looks like she got an expulsion.
Yeah, she was close.
Yeah,
well, she was at 4 at the half, so I would
Yeah.
suspect that she may have fouled out. That makes sense to me. Don't remember calling her number a lot of times in the second half, but again, you're right. She is over there and unequipped. So here we go. North Carolina's on their feet. Maryland is on their feet. Whistles. Lead jammer status.
Yeah.
That's what you need to start. 3D has lead. Now, can they do anything else? What can they do? Tutu LaRue up there to try and bring in I Am Payne. Nothing doing. Mighty Isis. She forces 3D out on turn number 1. And now, man, oh man, she is battling. They have got to stop her right here. Wow, no. 3D is going to call off that jam with only 11 seconds, 7, 6, and no timeouts left. They're not going to be able to do anything about it. They're not going to be able to stop this clock. I don't know why on earth she called that off. It was a mistake, and she knows it.
Yep.
I mean, again, hard to say that they could have come back from that. They were just down too many points at that point, but
I don't think her calling it off was a great idea.
No, it was absolutely.
You got to keep running. Keep running.
Listen.
Even if you're down and she's scoring points, just score as many as you can.
Yeah, listen, no question about it. That was a mistake, and that's going to be your final. The unofficial final after a 2-1 North Carolina jam there is going to be 167 for Maryland, 143 for North Carolina, so that is a 24-point win by Maryland. Unbelievable.
So that sets them up to play Virginia
Maryland.
at 4 o'clock,
That's
which
it.
is going to be a hard game for me to decide because I was on Team Virginia the last 2 seasons, and I played with all those girls from Maryland. So it'll be a hard team for me to decide.
There you go. So
which one I want to root for.
North Carolina comes in at the 8. They will leave at the 5 spot. So again, they're not happy with the result of this one. They know they had this, at least an opportunity to be in this game. They were in it all the way. They traded leads all the way. They played their game. They played it well and still came up a few points short. So they're going to sting for a while. But when they get back home, they're going to appreciate the fact that they came in at 8. They will leave at 5. For Maryland, the opportunity to play Virginia at 4 o'clock. They came in as the 3. The best they can do is the 3. Should they lose at 4 to Virginia, they would drop to the 4 spot. You know they don't want to do that.
Yeah, I think North Carolina, everybody was talking about them this weekend.
Okay.
Doing a really great job, all their performance-wise all weekend. Everybody's impressed.
So the MVP announcement is going to be made here shortly. We'll see who takes home those little pieces of hardware, and then we'll sign off. How you like that?
Sounds good.
Wow. Time to rehydrate, I'll tell you.
First of all, MVP of
Unbelievable.
North Carolina.
Absolutely unbelievable.
Together for 3D.
So next, I think they're doing the Pennsylvania All-Stars versus all the stars.
Now, that's at 2 o'clock, I think, isn't it?
It is at
Is
2
it 2
o'clock.
o'clock?
Yeah, that's at 2 o'clock. Yep.
Yep, 2 o'clock.
Which is next?
3D is going to be the MVP for
Nice.
North Carolina and the Mighty
Mighty
ISIS
ISIS.
for Team Maryland. So
That's
there you
great.
go. Those are your MVPs. We are your announcers. I'm Pastor Mike.
And Nikki Cash.
We are out of here. Y'all stick around. There is a whole ton. I was going to say another word. There's a boatload, shall we say. I'm wearing the collar today. It is Sunday. I don't want to say that other word on the microphone. I'll wait for that until the after party when I suck down a beer wearing the collar. People always love that. We'll be back with more, or at least somebody will. Not us. Somebody will be back with more right here in just a little while. Stick around.
Thank you.